right, let's get into these reviews, man. My first film, actually, man, I ended up watching it because the other film I'm gonna talk about has this one of the, the same. The lead in this film is also in the other film we'll talk about. So I kind of got a crush, man. So I went to check it out. I was like, it was like after the one thing was done, I went looking for stuff, and this was hanging out. It popped up when I was just Googling, and this film is going to be called Tater Tot and Patton, and this film came out in 2017. It's a drama film. So the film synopsis is this: a wayward millennial disrupts her alcoholic uncle's life on his ranch in South Dakota. And this film is directed by Andrew Keitlinger. It stars Jessica Roth. Probably seen her, Happy Death Day. I think that's the biggest thing. I think she did also another, it was like a Valley Girl musical remake that they did. We also get Bates Wilder, who plays her Uncle Erwin. Forrest Weber also is in this. Kathy Askew. And that's about it, because this film is one of those films where it's pretty much these two most of the film. There's parts where they go into town and interact with some other characters briefly, but it's mostly about them, man. And I don't really get the backdrop for her, why she gets sent there, but apparently she's just been acting up and just living this wild, young, early 20s life, and just is a little out of control. So they send her out there to ground herself a little bit. But what's interesting is the uncle is really jacked up, dude. Like he's, he's providing her a place to stay, and the title is Tater Tot. I guess that was her nickname when she was a child, and the family nickname for her. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because he's trash, dude. Like he gets up. It's like a cattle farm. He gets up, takes care of the farm, but his duties, they're pretty simple. But he lives a really basic life, man. Every night he just gets trashed, wakes up on the floor in the living room or wherever he passes out, and starts his day over again. And she kind of disrupts that. And in a way, they kind of help each other out, man. It's one of those kind of, films, when things come to a head. Let me see if I can bring this trailer up. Yeah. And, but I mean, overall, it's kind of a slow burn, but it is a short film. It's an hour, 31 minutes, but it's told in this, you get long looks and, sometimes, long shots, and you kind of see, especially the uncle, man, in his moments of just being wrecked, man. But I do want to point out, man, like, my man, he does a great job playing Uncle Bates Wilder. Mm-hmm. He does a great job, like this dude is done, man. Like you can tell the life is totally out of his eyes. And it's weird because, in a way that, like I said, they kind of help each other out, by the end of this film's conclusion. And like, even when he picks her up, man, he's driving and he's drunk, dude.
He looks soft. My man was asleep at the wheel.
There's a can on his dashboard, dude, a can of beer.
And he was asleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's basically, by all intents and purposes, a functioning alcoholic. And I think really what it seems like is her lesson is, she's kind of a selfish millennial, not really thinking about the future, just doing whatever feels good in the moment. But like I said, man, eventually by the time this thing plays out, man, they end up kind of breaking through in each other's lives. Him teaching her some responsibility and stuff. And honestly, part of it comes from her seeing how messed up he is, and her in a way ultimately, at first hating him, and then ultimately coming to want to help him and be better. You know what I'm saying? And it comes to a head. But it also is interesting when you see what causes him to be like this, why he would rather just drink and numb himself, rather than dealing, what really had went on. But
I ain't see this, but it's from what I'm seeing from the trailer, it looks like he's trying to, douse himself to numb up some kind of pain somewhere along the line.
Yeah, it's interesting when you see what it was that caused that, and and it makes sense, what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And it was all right, man. I thought it was okay. It was a solid film. I did have to track it down on Peacock. Shout out to the homie Bone, man, for letting me use that Peacock account. I appreciate that. But it's out there. I don't think it's streaming on anything else as of right now, but it is available for rental if you do want to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's Tater Tot and Patton from 2017.
Let me find out. More than a good snack. All right.
It's making me hungry.
I know.
Okay. Since this month is a Criterion sale at Barnes & Noble for 50% off, of their Criterion films. One of the films I bought is Shaft from 1971.
Shut your mouth.
I hadn't seen this film in a long time, and I think they did a real good conversion on this film. Everything's real clean. This week I had to change my color wheel on my projector, so everything's looking better on my, projector wise now. Got a better picture. Nobody's walking around with a green face or anything, but like I said, I hadn't seen this film in a long time, and I think it really holds up for what it is. I had a lot of fun with it. Basically, Shout, I guess he used to be a cop at one point, but now he's a private detective, and he has a case to find a gangster's kidnapped daughter. And that's pretty much the setting for this story. But
how's that transferred? Like, what's the picture quality looking like?
Oh, it's real clean. I was kind of surprised by it. It's in I did buy the double like the 4K. I don't have I have a 4K player, but not a projector yet. Mm-hmm. But in Blu-ray, it looked real clean. It's probably the cleanest that I've ever seen it. And then they put a 5.1 surround sound track on it too, so it wasn't in mono. That's so I really like that. Yeah,
that's good.
But like I said, like this week I didn't have anything new to watch. I've been waiting to watch Nope, and I think I can't wait to see that this coming Monday. But I've just been sitting back and trying to watch some classic films.
Does Nope drop? It drops on Friday, yeah.
Friday.
Oh, actually.
Tomorrow? Yeah. Thursday? What are they doing? A sneak release?
They've been releasing movies on Thursdays.
Yeah, they've always done that. Like for all the big ones, like I just bought my ticket like minutes ago while you were doing the trailers. I got a 4:00. Yeah, I ain't doing nothing tomorrow.
Yeah, they went from doing the midnight shows after like the Dark Knight Dark Knight Rises incident. They slowly start moving them. It went from midnight to like 10, and now it's like just the afternoon before, Thursday afternoon before film releases. So,
damn, that's dope. Yeah, I always thought that they just dropped them on Fridays, man. I guess I gotta get out the house more.
Yeah, and that's getting advanced buzz. The advanced buzz on that is really good too, man. So I want to check that one out. Man.
Oh, well, Peel don't let down, and this one, it's pretty clear to see it's got something to do with aliens and stuff. And this is just him stepping out of the realm of what we've seen. I mean,
there's no telling what it is. It looked like it might be aliens, but with him,
but then it could just be like one of those psychological. Yeah, it could be just farmers, just got their hands on a can of that stuff they spray pesticides or something. Got everybody thinking crazy. Who knows?
So my
is it on me?
Oh yeah.
Man, Sharon is Karen, bro. So my only film that I got dropped on Netflix. I want to say, what was it? July 8th. It officially dropped March 18th in Taiwan. July 8th on Netflix. It's a film called Incantation. And there's a lot of good things to say about this film. I'll get into that in a second. But synopsis-wise, 6 years ago, a young woman named Lee Ronan was cursed after breaking a religious taboo. Now she must protect her daughter from the consequences of her actions. And the only bad thing I'm going to say about this film is it is an Asian film, all Asian cast, Asian dialogue and everything. It is dubbed. The dubbing is whack. Like
it's not subtitled at all.
No, it's not subtitled. I don't know if they give that as an option. If they do, I would strongly suggest watch the subtitle version because the voices just do not match the characters, and it's terrible dubbing. Terrible choice in voices and everything. But you know what? The movie is cool enough that it doesn't take away from what we're getting everywhere else across the board. Visually, it's pleasing. Aesthetically, it's pleasing. The story is awesome. And the cool thing about it is this film, like right out the gate, dude. Like it you ever done those things where like remember back in the day, it's like it looks like one of those like weird pictures, and if you stare at it and distort your eyes and you see some kind of like picture within the picture, they do that. Like this lady's like she in the intro she starts talking about like how people perceive blessings, and some people can actually how you can kind of almost like manipulate and make blessings go your way. Like if you say, hey, like I'm like, hey, Cory, man, have a good day, bro. There's certain things I can do with my mind to ensure that you have a good day. And then they show this Ferris wheel, and she's like, see how it's spinning right? Now use your mind and make it turn left. And just due to like perception and the way that the eyeballs work, you can do it. And then she's even like, now make it go right, left. And then it shows a train and it looks like it's going, one way, but then you can also visually see it going the other way. And I thought that was really cool. Instantly I was pulled in. I was like, yo, this is just, I've never seen a movie where they did that kind of play with the visionaries like that. And, to get like instant audience interaction. This is a POV film, but it kind of plays like one of those like choose your own adventure films. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like at times like she is she being our main lead role. I hate to keep calling her she. Let me look her name up real quick. Top cast. Oh gosh, I'm gonna mess her name all the way up. It looks like Hussein Yen Tsai, but nevertheless, our lead role, because it's POV style, there are points in this film where it feels like she is talking to you as a viewer directly. And that also like really just pulls you in as a viewer, feeling like, oh my gosh, am I watching like a movie, or am I watching a videotape that I just like got in the mail or something?
Bob, I saw the trailer like late Friday night, this past Friday night. Mm-hmm. I thought it was like, might have been subtitles because I saw where it was from, but it was creepy as hell, and it was like after midnight, so I didn't sit down and watch it.
Yes, and see, and even like we're watching the trailer right now, and the trailer is coming in subtitles, so it's possible that they do they do offer subtitles, and maybe just in me just trying to like just because sometimes I move a little quicker than I should, and I just soon I hit play, it offered dub, so I was like, cool. And to your point, yes, it is creepy. Visually, there are things that go on in this film that definitely. Like it plays on the mental a little bit. You see these some of these images that you're just like, whoa. And like I said, because it's POV style, some of it plays, kind of like, definitely. I mean, we always, when it comes to POV, we revert back to Blair Witch because they're the originators of this style of horror. But we get that. But then there are other things. Are parts of this film that kind of play like found footage, like on the internet or just or like live action, like those like caught on tape shows that we'll get on TV, plays like that. So they're all over the place with it, but it's still all within the realm of the bubble of what they're trying to deliver, and they do it very successfully. I was highly entertained. There's a lot of scare factor, some good jump scares. The story is not all the way like organically original, but it creates its own lane in a way that made this film extremely entertaining. There is the little girl that she's playing our lead's daughter. Cute as a button, man, and she is just killing her role. She might be all of about 5-6 years old, and I don't know if she went to acting class or what, or how they were able to get this kind of this delivery from her, but she's all the way engulfed in this role, very believable. And as the film progresses, like it kind of gives us a little bit. There are times where it kind of feels like we're getting like that poltergeist vibe, and then there are other points where it feels kind of like culty. So we're getting a little bit of the ping pong between both of those elements and everything that comes with it. And ultimately, like I said, I was highly satisfied. Strongly recommend this film. This is one, if you watch it with the lights off, you might look over your shoulder a couple times. I'm just saying, you know, I'm be 100. Very entertained, strong, solid horror film. Like I said, you got Netflix. If you ain't watching this, man, just do yourself a favor, check it out.
Yeah, that's what's up. My last thing I want to talk about is going to be Body Brokers. And this film came out in 2021. And let me get the extra details. I can redo that. Just for the flow's sake. I thought I had it queued up. So yeah, so the last one I'm going to talk about is Body Brokers from 2021. It's a drama crime film.
What?
Drama and crime. And it's directed by John Schwab. And it's going to be starring, we got Jessica Roth, Michael K. Williams, Jack Kilmer, Frank Grillo, and Alice Englert, and Peter Green. Those are our main cast here. Mm-hmm. And as far as the synopsis, brought to Los Angeles for treatment, a recovering junkie soon learns that the rehab center is not about helping people. It's merely a cover for a multi-billion-dollar fraud operation that enlists addicts to recruit other addicts, man. And that's one of the craziest things, man. Like, I don't know about your area, Cornelius, but here I've been seeing these little, just, you know, you need help, you know, these little stickers everywhere, dude.
Billboards,
bus stops, billboards, there, light posts, and it's just, and I guess this kind of sheds a light to what's going on, man. It's kind of messed up. I think, you know, at least the way this film describes it, because of, you know, the Obamacare Healthcare Act, you know, there was included a lot of money put aside for treatment programs. And what these people in this film have figured out is a way to make money off of that. Basically, you know, you've got these recruits. Michael K. Williams is one of them. You know, this is one of his last roles too, man. And he's all over this film, man. It's weird because when you look at the poster for this film, they got Frank Grillo as the main, like, in the middle, but I think Michael K. should be in the middle. Frank Grillo's in here, not a whole lot. You know, he's just actually the head of this whole operation that's going on in this film. And the thing is, you know, Grillo's he's got a $1 million leg in this, but I think the billion comes into play when you figure out that there's dozens of Frank Grillos out there, you know, running these rehab facilities. Some of them are chains, and they're everywhere, man. And some of them, yeah, I mean, some people do get help out of this, but also at the same time, you do have people who are never going to recover, man. They're just going to be lifelong addicts, and that's where, you know, these so-called body brokers make their money. You know, they know these people are going to come back over and over, and they even get to the point where it's so bad that some of the addicts are even in on it, and they're like, "Yo, where's my cut?" And, you know, like I said in the synopsis, they're bringing in more addicts that they know are really probably not going to get any real help. They're probably going to go through the program, end up back on the streets, end up using it again, and end up right back in. But they're getting finder's fees, you know, and these brokers, they're getting their fees, you know. So it's all like and I think, I mean, this film, you know, film's exaggerating everything. I think they're doing a thing where they, you know, oversimplify something that's bigger that's going on, but there is some truth to this, man. You know, I think shedding light, yeah. But this thing is on HBO Max. If you do want to see it, if you got HBO, you know, it's currently streaming on there. That's how I watched it, and you know, I was tempted. I heard about this, and I think, you know, months ago, I probably sat down and watched it, but I got distracted. But you know, this time I had time, cause you know, I sat down and watched it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. Like Michael K. Williams really shines there, as well as the Jack Kilmer, who ends up becoming an addict that he takes in, who actually takes to the program pretty well, and he's essentially clean, and he also becomes a really good broker, you know. But I don't think he's as cold as Michael K. Williams' character is in this, man. There's like a party scene where, you know, his kid's name is Utah. He's been doing well. He's making some money, and they throw like a getaway for all the brokers or these recruiters, and it's crazy. And then my man Michael K. Williams offered him cocaine and shit, and you're like, yo, ain't this about rehab? And then you realize what it's really about, man. It's really about the money. but it's really well acted, man, and really really great film, man. It does deal with some hard subject matter. I do want to point that out, man, if you're tempted to watch this. And the ending, it's rough, bro. So, and with a fair warning, but it is worth the time watching, man. I think this film exists, and it does shed a light on the current situation out there in the streets, man, with this stuff.
And I just do want to say, you did put me on to it. You told me, strongly suggest, Bob, check this joint out. I'm about, I want to say about half an hour, 40 minutes in, and it's very enjoyable. I'm all the way pulled in, and I'm going to finish it soon when I get home, when I leave the show. Like, it's definitely, it starts off strong, and it seems like, from what I saw, just the first 40 minutes, it's acted very well, and it seems very like authentic, very real. Like you said, even though it's a movie, far fetched, but it's believable. But what we're seeing and the things that are going on. So I'm highly anticipating getting home and checking the rest of this out, man.
Yeah, it's a good film, man.
It's a film. I don't know if y'all ever seen the film Unsane.
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it though.
I saw that one.
That's what I would suggest to y'all. It's Steven Soderbergh directed it.
That's one about the female, yeah?
Yeah. Some kind of way she signs paperwork and is put in a facility, and she pretty much can't get out. And that, to me, that's like one of the scariest things that, can happen to you. I think she had like a psychological problem. It wasn't drug related, but
yeah, they wouldn't let her out of the psych ward.
And she's like,
and then the more she tried to convince them that she wasn't crazy, the more they tried to convince her that she was.
Yeah,
it was bugged out. That's a good pull, Corny.
That's companies pretty much want to make money off of you and will take advantage of you. Something like that is kind of scary because that can probably happen to somebody.
Well, and that's the thing too when it comes to those contracts. Once you sign that dotted line, man, what a lot of people, there are a lot of times when through the course of life, we rush through things. It's human nature. Think of how many times you might have signed your name on something and didn't read the fine print. And in a lot of these situations, when it comes to those like facilities or this, that, or whatever, you're also signing over your power of attorney.
Rights, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, your rights. And you don't realize that that's what you're doing. And then you're allowing Joe Nobody to make decisions for you. And of course, they're going to make decisions for you that only pertain to their best interest. And that's when it just goes from bad to worse.
Yeah, if they have corrupt intentions, man, it could be bad, man. And that's the thing, man. I think this film overall sheds a light on not only just the addiction problem, but also the fact that our medical system is so jacked up that there are people that are exploiting it and doing these things. Maybe not on this with this particular kind of thing, but people like you why are medical bills so high? You just look at like the whole thing is built for exploitation, man. When you look at this thing, man, like it shouldn't cost so much to go to the doctor and just for basic medical care, but it's built in to be exploited, man. And there's people out there making so much money off of this stuff.
There is a reason why the pharmaceutical company is and will always be the number one most successful drug dealer in the world.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, dude. Yeah, but I think that's it, folks, man. Y'all got anything else? Any other films you want to discuss?
Everything else I want to talk about is not movie related.
I like The Boys. I've been watching The Boys, which I'm loving that show right now. I told Cory about that earlier. That show's amazing.
Oh, and dude, I did show you the I don't know, Corny, have you watched Primal? It's the cartoon. Animated, there's no dialogue. It's just music, animation, and awesomeness.
Yeah,
it's great. I love it.
Slagoff turned me on to it a while back, but I hadn't watched. I only watched a couple episodes of it. It's cool show.
Watch season 1. They're dropping season 2.
I think they're all on HBO Max now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So season 2 is coming out soon.
Oh man, I can't wait. When I saw the trailer last Wednesday after the show, man. Oh man,
it's a Samurai Jack animation. It's a Samurai Jack animation, right? It's the same.
Yeah, the same guy.
Yep.
The same
Samurai Jack. Yeah, yep.
Same producer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's it, man. Let's wrap this thing up. Who's it been? Core. Actually, this has been a month.
Sure?
It's been a while, dude.
It's been a long day, bro.
All right, let's wrap this up, man. It's been Monk. You catch me at Monkey Blood. Twitter, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on Instagram. I made a new page. It's FTC Net. That's where you can find us there. And check us out on Twitter, man, at FromTheCanopy.
And this is Bobby Blockbuster. You can catch me at Bobby Blockbuster 118 on Instagram. You can also catch me on the other show, Classics of Cinematics, which is under the same From the Canopy umbrella. Or you can just catch me out in the real world. Those are the only 3 places I'll be at.
I'm Cornelius Bros. You can find me on Facebook, Cornelius Bros. On Instagram, Cornelius Bros. On Twitter at Cornelius1976. And I will be watching your TikToks at Cornelius1976 on TikTok. I don't do any videos. I just get entertained by TikTok.
All right, that's what's up, man. All right, folks, we'll catch you next time. Peace.